All right. Hello, everybody. Hopefully everything is working. It has been a week or two since we've done this, so the computer forgot my camera, so we've already started off on the right foot. It is the end of Briarfest. We had a fantastic time. Hopefully you guys did too, if you're participating online or otherwise. So yeah, it's crazy that it passes by that quick. Looks like next year they're going to have it a little bit later, and they revealed the theme, which is exciting. So let's get started. All right. So Briar has announced the theme for next year, which will be Italia. So it's an Italian themed Briarfest. They have the Cosimo mold as their icon, I guess, in the logo. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be part of it, because we noticed that this year they put a couple of horses into the logo for Briarfest, but didn't actually use them. But that's okay. So Italian theme, which should be really interesting. We'll see what they come up with for that. Somebody was already like, it needs to be Ninja Turtles. Should be hilarious. They use the Renaissance masters as inspiration. So there's lots of stuff to pull from the art world there and history, and we all know Kat loves that sort of thing. So we'll probably see something along those lines, I'd imagine. They're already in the process of doing all the things for it and getting it all ready, because they need to have about a year or more of lead time before the event to get everything ready to go. So that's exciting. Hopefully you guys are excited for that thing too. Good chat, Katie. Hello, welcome. Jess, hello from YouTube. Thank you for joining from there. We have Sarah. Hello, Sarah. How's it going? Jody, happy afternoon. My brain is absolutely destroyed, so I might not be able to form sentences. We have Katie. Hello, Katie. Brenda. Hello. Kim. Hello. Nash. Hello. He's hanging over in the corner. So yeah, that should be really fun. We'll see what we end up with for that. They usually announce their celebration model in about October, and they reinforce that in the stream as well. So we should see something cool from them shortly. My computer is there we go. So yeah, we saw that as the theme. They wrapped up the year. They showed some peeks of some different stuff. So let's go over some of those things. We had, there's lots of stuff to show. So let me just show what we got going on here. They snuck into the lineup for the auction horses in Tiger Lily, which was very exciting for me. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, Leopard Appaloosa. Still didn't technically. That kind of works, I guess. There, aha. Leopard Appaloosa Tiger Lily, which is super fun, designed by Summer Prosser, ended up going for $8,500. Isn't too bad considering the economy. A lot of the horses were sitting in around that mark. We ended up with quite a few things that camped out there. I've lost my brain and my phone, apparently. So we will proceed without them. So yeah, that went pretty good. The record-breaking pony of the auction was their something hornbill duck. Oh goodness. Let me find that on Facebook. Briar silver. Just looked up silver duck and it should pop up. There we go. So this was our record breaker. Let me swap out some photos here. 1 second. I'll give you guys whiplash back. Flipping back and forth. This guy. So he went for $21,000, which I believe the Alborozo that was before the last silver with wings. So I think they were trying to beat that last record because the other silver was not as crazy colored. Ended up, well, the Alborozo was $22,000, and this guy went for $21,000. And then the Alborozo or the Pegasus before that broke all the records was 65. So they were obviously trying a few things with the customizations. You didn't even see the Slipner, or however you say that, go for very much, considering all the customizations on him. So that was interesting. I don't know what the Fireheart ended up going for. Let me see if I can find more information on him. Everything was kind of sitting in about that $7,500 to $9,500 range, which, don't get me wrong, they're good prices, but we historically have seen better, so that is indicative of the economy. Let's see if I can find that Fireheart. It's the Cassowary boy. And if anybody saw what he ended up going for, he was in the silent auction, which is a little different from the normal auction. And it was up by the raffle table where they just take the information on a sheet of paper. Lots of customization on this guy. I'm very curious to see what he went for. So if you ended up seeing that, let me know. I'd be very curious. The colors are really cool. Cassowaries are like murder turkeys. It's kind of fun. So he was part of that. The foal also was really cool. So we hadn't seen photos of that until it popped up here on the pages. Let's see. Foalzilla. Different way. Maybe I'll pop up this one. I had it in my stories, so maybe it was fine with that. Yeehaw! Oh, man. I don't even know how to get to my stories from here. Okay, Camilla, maybe? Because she had a customized tail. I just saw it pop up. I had my. No idea. Don't make noises. Don't make noises. It popped up with Queen Camilla, or the Queen Consort Camilla. Shoot, I had it on my phone. Maybe if it pulled up on the screen. I had most of the things queued up, but I did not have the full, so I apologize for not being as organized as I should be. In the meantime, we can look over here at what else we saw while we were there. So they had Georgina. She was on display for everybody. This is the last premier horse that we'll see in the there it is, right on the top. Last premier horse that we'll see coming out of the Premier Club. Really, really, really pretty. We hadn't seen a lot of side-on shots or other shots of her. The color is quite different. So you can see here that the face, the forelock, she's missing those really dark tones. Some people seem to be quite upset about that. They wanted it to look more like Mariah's paint job. What I think has happened here is Breyer does take a little bit of liberty in making things work for their production. So they would go through and they'd see things that might cause problems. If you had your premier horse show up and got her in hand, went to open the box, and for whatever reason, they black oversprayed the wrong way, it would ruin her. So keeping her on the lighter side means that you're going to have less problems with the factory reproductions of the paint jobs. So I think that's probably why they went that way, because for an artist to throw in that dark color, you have the time and the ability to do that on a one-off piece. If you were in a factory and these paint jobs are being done fairly quickly, in one slip of the hand, and that's going to look atrocious. So they do take some liberties to make sure that it works with their production. So I know some people will be upset about that, but you can always get it repainted. So there's that. I actually quite like the light color. It looks really cool on her, I think. So let me just flip this out. With another shot of her. Here's a closer up shot of her face. Quite nice. The sculpture is very lovely. I'm very excited that they went outside of the box and decided to go with something that was a little bit more actiony. The color's really pretty. Like I said, she's definitely a little lighter in around the face, the neck, the forelock. Might push her more into the silver territory than kind of the buckskinny territory she was in before. We will see. It'll make it a little bit more creative for sure. Quite nice. I like it, but I can definitely see where people are maybe a little upset. Here's another shot of her. There you go. You can see the whole thing. So that's a full side-on shot. You can she's a big girl and she is hustling. Quite a lot of action too. She's really picking up that front end, which is really nice. There's a lot of weight variables here, so it'll be interesting to see how tippy she is in person. They've extended the base out quite a bit. Let's maybe pop my face in there. Right in the way. Sweet. That's better. You can really see me. You can see that they've extended the base quite a bit. The tail looks like it's got a little bit of a flip to the one side, which is really nice. But you can definitely see the difference in those dark tones not popping up near the withers, not popping up in the front of the neck, the eyes, the muzzle, a little bit more on the muzzle, and then not near the forelock. So it's definitely changed her color profile a little bit. Let's swap it to another shot. Here was a side on. There we go. Looks a little darker because of the lighting in here. Love that tail swish. She's going to be such a pretty mold to work with, so very exciting. And congratulations to Jen Scott and Mariah for a very pretty pony. And if anybody's looking to get rid of their Georgina, let me know. I might be willing to do some finagling for that and the bucking stablemate, because I'm not in any of the clubs this year. But I think it'd be kind of cool. And she'll come out for Briarfest next year anyways, but she's pretty cool. Let me see what else we've got here. There's tons and tons of stuff. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the poll. Let me go back to the poll. So this is a Camilla. It was donated by Briar to the auction. It has a customized tail, so it's cute and flippy. They don't use this very often. It is huge, but it is also adorable. I'm very sad that they never made the mom to go with it, or they never did more foals in giant foal, well, like cute foal scale, because we need a whole family of foalzillas. The scrambly one, like maybe something like LaFire. It'd be a huge mold though. Maybe a laying down foal in giant scale. It would be so cute. Come on, Briar. I know you probably don't watch this, but that would be awesome. Cases, I pre-licked mine. Cassowary is a tactical salt chicken. Pretty much. Shelly, hello. How's it going? Brenda says, I fell in love with that Gother mall. It was very, very pretty. Jody says, definitely indicative of how bad the economy is. We're shocked at the rates compared to previous years. Abigail, hi. Marty, hello. We have, yeah, it's definitely interesting to see what everything was doing this year, because it was definitely different from other years. I heard the park was quite a bit more sparse than normal, but it has been a challenging year for a lot of people. So super, super cute. What else do I have in the stories? Later stream. This was a whole bunch of really cute customs that were posted. it's neat to see what does well at Briarfest as well. It's quite cute. There's a Geordie there showing, which is kind of fun. I did end up squeaking by and doing some Bfestivities stuff, so we'll talk about that in a second. And then did some mock-ups for Gary. There's the Italia thing. So let's get back to new photos of things. Because there's tons and tons of photos of ponies to go through. So we had Georgina. Looks like they're doing an airbrush style dapple on her. You can see right there how it's very irregular. So they're trying something a little bit different. Not everybody liked how they did Animar. That kind of technique where they've like stenciled on the dapples or done them a little bit different. Works really well if they could put layers over top to set them back. So I think they're going back to maybe playing with the airbrush and making the dapples with a little bit of a different technique. So that's kind of cool. We'll see what that looks like in the factory produced regular run, like regular premier run models, since this was pulled out of that run, but who knows how they differ between each of them, because as we know, Briars will differ quite a bit. Oh, that's just disappearing. There we go. Why don't you switch the photos with place? They also surprised us by having the cute little freaking chibis there. So if you were at Briarfest, you could get early access to the little cute, adorable chibi Marvelous and Fireheart, and you're so cute. I freaked out a little bit when I saw that, but that's okay. So if you happen to get them, let me know how they are in hand, because they're super cute. I also saw that they posted the Premier stablemate. So this is what's coming with the Premier horse as the free stablemate. We haven't seen the color yet, but this is a bit better of a picture of the mold. We've seen the silhouette. That's all Briar showed before. So this is kind of cute. Canyon Springs Studios, I believe Leah Peretz was the one that did the sculpture. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's correct. And super, super cute. That's just adorable. So, Jody saying, I love Folzilla, and yes, congratulations to everybody who showed up Briarfest Nationals and Equality. There was a lot of stuff going on, and it passed by so quickly. It was crazy. So we'll see what color he ends up with. Usually one of the premier colors, usually the first color, and the first color would be on, what is our first one out for this year? Oh, the Camilla one. So potentially Rose Gray. We will see. That would be a very challenging color to do in small scale for the stablemate. Maybe they're switching up this year. We also have other peaks from the tents. So there was this really cool Brighty, and it's an exotic series, like thylacine colors, it looks like. So it's saying that it is an exotic wild animal series, so it might be like a thylacine. Tasmanian tiger. It's kind of the vibes it's giving me. I don't know about you guys. It says Diandera. Katie says, is it supposed to be a thoroughbred or a saddlebred? It's awfully lanky. I have no idea. It is quite stretchy, the Premier stablemate, so it could be like a Haltica, Aquatiki thing, however you say that, because everybody has a different pronunciation. It could be something more saddlebready. I'm not sure what breed they're going for, so we will find out, I'm assuming. So this is super cute. We should be seeing that out in a bit. There was also the Tractor Supply Shire, so Shannondale. We've been waiting to see a black version of Shannondale for a long time. And we get it with Tractor Supply, which is very cool. So that is exciting as well. What else we got? And it's nice to see the Shannondale long hair thing going on, because it doesn't always pop up with the hair combination that you would like. And there was also this really cute Vintage Club Flocky in circus tack on the fighter, the mini fighter. So it's so cute. I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys, but cute, tiny, mini, flocky circus is like ticking all the boxes. So cute. So that'll be something to be excited about for later. They also revealed for the first time that they were doing the Stockwar Stallion in a gorilla. This is the gambler's choice, so gorilla or a black leopard appy or a bay or chestnut. Might be chestnut Bolero. Looks like it's chestnut. So that's named Drifter. It'll be a gambler's choice kind of between any of them for the Vintage Club, which is super cool. Speculation that Brighty is a Numbat? Could be. Yeah, that would kind of make sense. It's going to be a toss-up, I think. So let's go back to the Brighty and see if I can do both at the same time. Pray for my computer. So here he is. And then if I share my screen too, here is, thylacine. So you get the same kind of coloration down the back. I guess technically black stripes, not white stripes. And then if I look at a little bit, those do have white stripes. You are correct. So we might be looking at a Numbat, but I got excited. My brain was like, that is it! So we're probably looking at a Numbat Brighty, which is super cute. So adorable. I love little new creatures that I didn't know about before. That is definitely not one that would be in my brain to be like, it's a Numbat. But that would seem, everybody knows Tasmanian tigers. Good call, Gemma. Very nice. Let's see what else we got going on here. There was obviously the surprise horse. So the surprise horse was the probably most people's number one pick of what it was probably going to be, which is the my brain did the thing. Vermeer mold. Wow, it's been a week. It's been a month. It's been a year. And came in a really, really cool deco that was a golden Sabino flecky deliciousness that I'll show you in a second. This champagne color, roan, the black leopard appy, and then the chestnut tobiano. Everything but the decorator came in glossy and matte, and the decorator was only in glossy. So super, super cute. People are really excited about him. They did a really good job on the colors this year. So that is always exciting. And then here's the gold deco. Because gold deco, isn't it? Look at it. It's something about the fade with the gold and the Sabino. It does weird things to my brain. This isn't a mold that I have very many of. I have the original Vermeer release. But I'm trying to be really picky, but I got one surprise. So I might have to keep it depending on what color it is. So we'll see how that goes. Katie says, Mark safe from Vermeer. Andrea says, it's the only traditional mold at Conga. I pray for your wallet because that is always expensive when a mold that you love pops up as the surprise horse. So very, very cool. What color did you guys like the best? Let me know in the chat because on the comments, because it's super, super cool. I think they did a really good job. There's also Bay. Bay is here. He's maybe a little sideways, and I want to get make me smile. So nice Bay, came in glossy or matte. People were really excited about this one. I heard, and I don't know if it was confirmed, that the surprises did sell out at the park. If you were there, let me know in the chat if that was actually accurate. Looks like most things did not sell out. The last time I saw even the online surprises or online offerings that were exclusive to online, they usually sell out, and there was still inventory of basically all the models in the stores. So I don't know if that worked. The appy is really nice too. Just really nice color on him. It's gonna be hard. Do I keep my Vermeer, which I really love, and trade it off for one of these, or do I have two? Because if you let it become more than one, it's going to become a Conga. I don't know why that works that way. It just works that way. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is. A whole bunch of people were getting their fire hearts in hand too. So this is the Wanderer. He was a little bit more blue in some of them and a little bit more purple in others. Really, really nice, subtle dapples. So that was kind of cool. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. I'm playing hide and seek. Peekaboo. Let's show those dapples. Okay. There. Bigger. So very nice subtle dappling on him that we weren't seeing really in the photos. I don't know if you got a more blue or a more purple one. People were like, "What about his eyes?" Because he does have one blue eye and then he's got one magic eye on the other side that's a little bit silver. So that is kind of fun. See, there's so many things. They do Briarfest. It's like 500 different new items to show you guys. I got all that. I think that's it. Mm-hmm. The roan. Alana likes the roan. Andrea says I like the gold. Abigail says the gold is very elegant. Jody likes the bay. Brenda likes the gold and the appy. They were all really good. It's so hard to pick when they do a really good job on the colors like that. Sometimes it's easy because they do a surprise source and you're like, oh, well, that color, I don't want it all. And there's usually one oddball that most people don't want. But for whatever reason, they did a knockout lineup. Katie says I did find one on time payments. I'm excited. Of the Wanderer. Very nice. Brenda, I'm hoping to find Wanderer. I was not picked for him. Hopefully you can trade or find him secondhand. He was more challenging to get a hold of, but we'll also maybe see some pop up in the second chance sales, depending on if everybody ended up checking out with their Wanderer if they got it. Most people probably did, but I imagine there'll be options there. And they did state on the website that they weren't willing to do any sort of replacements this year. You just get a refund. And I think that's been fairly standard for the last couple of years. But if you get something that's flawed, then they will refund you, but they are not replacing it because they don't have extra inventory to do that. Makes sense. Jess says I also heard from a friend that they got the last two wild card surprises. Very nice. So that would mean they would all have been spoken for. I did see that it was basically a monsoon at the end for the second chance sale, so we'll see how that went down. All the variations looked really cool. It was definitely busy. There was a lot of stuff happening. I didn't see a lot of Thingvaliers show up. I didn't see anybody really posting about the red deer. Well, not the Midnatisol, the Cosimo. I didn't see a lot of people posting about him. I saw a couple pop up, but not as much as some of the other ones. Being Fireheart and the color, I think it's made him super popular. Anything blue-purple, it's pretty much guaranteed to do well. And Fireheart has been consistently doing well for them, which is super cool because it's neat for me to see him pop up and then not be a burden on Briar, where it's like, oh, I had to put him in the warehouse because he didn't sell anything. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. Jody says I have two Wanderers coming, so maybe if you're missing one, you need one, Brenda. Hit up Jody. Hey, Jody. Yeah. So let's get back onto track a little bit. Oh no, wrong one. That one. Goodness, I'm hitting all the buttons today. So this is the studio updates component. I do have a Briar giveaway to do for the club members too that I'll do live here, and then you guys can see the whole action of it because it's kind of fun. As you might have noticed, the entire Briar, I posted my sales stuff this afternoon. I was not anticipating being entirely burnt out as bad as I have been coming into Briarfest. So I apologize for kind of disappearing off the map, and I apologize for not having a whole bunch of glorious sales for everybody, but I know that that gives people time to save for stuff if I push it a little bit further to maybe the September sale or trickle some things out before then. So if you're waiting for something grand and wonderful, I tried really hard, and I could not for the life of me force my being to think or move faster at all. There's been a lot of programming and stuff that went into the website and the club move, and that has taken every ounce of my being for the last while. So I apologize if you were super excited, but there are a few things up. So I will show you some of those and then go over some of the stuff that we are up to in general, which is exciting. I did make this post earlier today. So I do have Bfestivities. I was hoping to get them up a little bit earlier, but you can still enjoy them now. And hopefully you will, because there are, I have the Dala horse drawing that you can color on. You don't have to make a Dala horse. You can color it any color you want. But I wanted people to have the opportunity to play with it a little bit and have some fun. So I did a design, and you can color it in and download it for free on the website on the Briarfest Fun page, which I will link you guys in the chat if you would like. It is also linked on the post. There is a whole series of letters that I've been teasing about for a while. So one of the cool things about setting the Lily expedition that I'm doing for all the clubs in the Victorian Edwardian cross time brings in the World's Fairs. So specifically the 1900s Paris World Fair. So if you haven't ever looked into any of that, it was the first World Fair to have equestrian events since ancient times. So of course, if you're going to be a horse girly and you're going to be in the 1900s and you're anywhere near there, you are going to make an effort to be there. So Lily was there, and these are 2, 4, 6, 7 pages of notes about the event, and it was the coolest thing ever to get together because it's like time traveling horse tourism. So if you're geeky and you like time travel-y stuff, you like previous historical events, this is definitely something to take in. So hopefully you guys read them and let me know what you think, because it's a lot to write in a different time period, and it's a lot to write. It's such a weird, trippy experience to feel like I'm doing all this research and traveling back in time to write through somebody else's lens an event that I would have absolutely loved. So super, super cool. It does also, for my club members, trickle in some tidbits of storyline that we haven't really seen up to this point. I kept it a little bit more scientific up to this point with all the different letters that are happening, and now we're adding in some threads of story because you can let me play, so I'm going to play. So hopefully you enjoy that too. It is weird to step out of my comfort zone, and I am a feely writer just like I'm a feely sculptor. So it's been a trip. I hope you enjoy them. Everything is free to download for that. So even if you're not a club member, you can see kind of what the club's doing right now and some of the writing style. There's not a lot of drawings necessarily in this particular set. Normally there's more drawings in the club things because I'm sketching things out that way, but should be a cool peek into it. And then maybe some of you will love it so much that you want to join the clubs, because that's been fun too. Gary is also back. Yay! And I had to do this because this is all I pictured in my head. My brain's like, Gary's back. So I was like, in the style of Jack Nicholson, here's Gary. Because I can just picture him being like, I'm back, I'm here. So that's the thing. That also means that I had to have a little bit of fun. We hadn't seen the stickers yet. So I teased that Gary was coming with more swag, and he does come with more swag. Let's see if I can make this better size. No, not like that. Sure, no, not like that. No. Yeah, that's about as good as it's gonna get. So we have Gary Swag. Gary Swag. I don't know which way to point because it moves. I don't know. So Gary Swag. The pre-orders came with another sticker as well. So that's the legendary one where he's got the rainbow background and his sword and his shield. And then this comes with all of the Gary orders, including the pre-orders. So it'll be a sticker sheet with all these guys cut out. Different flavors of Gary. They actually lined up with the different mock-ups a little bit that I did as well, but I'll show you guys in a second. So there's Keep Calm and Gary On. There's Winging It. There's Send It. There's Powered by Chaos and Snacks. And then Be Unstoppable. So it should be a lot of fun. They are Gary-vational, Gary-spirational stickers that will hopefully pick you up, give you some extra vibe upgrades and maybe keep your aura nice and juicy. Katie says skulls. Jody says, "Oh my god, the letters are awesome. Can't wait to consume them all. You might cry. Fair warning that adding in storyline a little bit more heavily is intense. So I apologize if I make you cry again, but it should be fun." Gemma says, "We love you, Gary." Yay. Brenda says, "I almost forgot about Gary." I know. And then he comes right back like the Kool-Aid man, which now I have to draw. Abigail, love the Gary swag. Katie says, same. Um, totally just laughed out loud at the "Here's Gary." I have a whole bunch of memes, so fair enough. I have the Haggard one too. I wonder if I can find that one for a minute. Let's see. I actually wanted to do a whole Gary meme campaign where there's a whole bunch of different memes of him doing different things because I can't not. It's Gary. It was just too perfect. I think I can find it. Aha! You're a wizard, Gary. And then I had Gary the Grey, so it ties into Lord of the Rings, and like Polka Gary, and then that just brings up Weird Al in my head. The whole thing. Like, yeah, if I start, I'm probably not going to stop. So I'm trying to be careful about not overdoing the meme thing, but it's too perfect. Gary is just perfect. No, so let's get into the colors that I did. So I did a smattering of different color options just to show people the possibilities with Gary. If you've been trying to, why are you there? Yeah, that color. So there's Gary the Grey, Lord of the Rings reference. Spicy Gary, because we needed the hot tamale version. Cosmic Berry Gary, which is, his tail almost needs to go a little bit more magical at the end. I could see it like covered in glitter at the tip of the tail, so it's like stardust, and maybe to like a brighter pink or even like a teal would be really fun. And then Polka Gary, everybody polka. Anyway, polka dots. See, you can't start me because I won't stop. So I wanted to give people the ideas that some ideas. You're welcome to take any of these if you want to use it for your Gary or play with it off of like this spin-off ideas from these. Definitely feel free to have at her. They are not created in any proprietary sense of you can't use these. So have fun. And then if you have any requests, let me know. I've had a couple, so I might have to do a couple more. But it should give you some ideas. Sometimes it's hard to envision what they will look like until you actually see them. They're quite cute. I had fun with the Gettys. So let's do some closer up shots. So this one's Gary the Grey. Obviously quite a nice gray color. With some really cool blue, almost going to like turquoisey notes in the wings and the horn. Very, very fun. I don't know why, but that's where my brain had originally gone with the color was a gray. But the more I did other colors, the more I was excited about all of these different options. Here is our Spicy Gary. Spicy Gary is spicy. So fire elemental, you're the fire horse. It had to happen. It was Gary. And I wanted to do something that was out of the realm of the normal because I wanted some that were a little bit more realistic and some that were a little bit more crazy. So that kind of keeps it interesting. We have, next up is the Cosmic Berry Gary, which is fun to say. So hot pink, purples, some blues, definitely, and the buckskin base is really fun to do. I'll probably do a line art so that people can play with this on their own and color in Gary whatever color that you think you'd like a Gary. Maybe we'll even do a coloring contest. So he's super fun. I just had way too much fun, as you can tell, with this. It was actually recharging me quite a bit because I'm not done. There's a lot more programming to do to get it where I want it to go, but that's okay. And we have Polka Gary! He's polka dotted. So super fun spotty option. The wings are actually from a real bird, so they have the little speckles on it. It's really cool. I need like 1,000 of these so I can do them all the colors now. I don't know. It is a problem. Good fun. So his orders are open again. I have decided to limit the run to 200. We are well into the second mold now, so there won't be a lot more to go before he gets closed out. And I'm sure that my caster would be very appreciative to not have to do a whole bunch of these. He is a lot more complex. He is with the mold makers now. He arrived a couple weeks ago. They're working through some other molds first that came before him, and he will be molded as soon as possible, probably in the next couple weeks here. And then once they do a test casting, I will be able to update everybody on about when their shipping date's going to look like. Until then, and we know how long he's going to take and how complicated he will be to cast up. I can't quite give accurate times, and I don't want to estimate and then change estimations on you guys. So we're kind of waiting to hear what that looks like, and then I will let everybody know kind of what your windows look like for casting. The Opes are going through a few things right now that are causing some challenges. So try to be a little patient. They got a lot to work through, and Tom's father is ill, so that's taking a little bit of time. So if you can send some thoughts, healing vibes, and prayers their way, I'm sure it would be appreciated in this challenging time. Carrie needs his own little accordion. I now have to do that, and now I need an animation. Oh no! See, slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Love your enthusiasm, says Cat. Okay. Adorable, can't wait. Come on, no, I will cry. I'm sorry, I try to make people cry, but sometimes it's not a bad thing. I don't know. It needs to be done like the Galaxy sticker. Also, yes. I debated doing that one specifically, but we'll see. And you're very welcome, like I said, to take these ideas and use them as your own. Sarah says, so if you go to my website, there is a specific Briar Fund page. If you just go to the home page and click on the check out the goodies, I'll go through little fireworks and confetti animation. I had to because extra. Can't do anything simple. And now it's lagging my computer because my computer's like, I have to do this animation. What are you doing? So go to the Briarfest Fun page. I will link that also in the chat. And I'll leave this up for a while so people can enjoy all the goodies. If my audio breaks up because I'm showing a page with animations on it, let me know. Because my thing is laggy. But anyway. So you can order your Gary here. There is now a third option. So there's a $40 deposit for time payments with the 6-month duration. There is an additional administration fee for time payments. There's a $40 deposit and then pay in full when he's ready to ship. That is also available to people, and just because of the waiting times. And then there's the paid in full version, which you get a $10 discount, and then an additional $20 if you're in the club as well, for paid in full orders that are paid in full now. Just recognizing that we don't have estimated ship time, so you'll get that as soon as I have that information from the Olps. But they're pretty quick about shipping things out, so it shouldn't be too bad. Here's your Dala horse coloring page. You can download that, color them up. All their horses were they didn't have mohawks, so I gave them a mohawk because it's kind of fun. And they were a little stubbier, so I'd make them a little bit shorter in the back, which is kind of fun. Feel free to do a purple one or a galaxy one or crazy things. You can download either the... You can download the PDF or the PNG and color it digitally, realistically, however you want to do it, print it out, and definitely share. Tag me so I can see them or send them to you. Here are all your letters. You can click them and download them here. This doesn't open up the full letter, but you can download them. And like you can see, went to town. There's a whole bunch of historical photos included in there as well of the different events. So like long jump, they long jumped horses. It was the only year they did it. There was also a mail carrier, mail coach event over here, and that was who has the fastest mail coaches out of all the countries. Oh my god, I geeked out so hard. So hopefully you appreciate it because you guys are all like-minded horse people. So, and then if that inspires you to join the club, you can see what that looks like down here. And then I did load in a whole bunch of stickers. And if you go to view all, there are 7 pages of stickers to order. And then if you use the code sticker10, no spaces, it gives you 10% off as well. But there's lots of previous club stickers in here. There's lots of previous stickers from editions, things you don't see very often. There's not a lot of these holographic spot Appaloosas. Some of these are like way back from quite a few years ago. I went through my whole inventory and found everything to put in here. Like some of these are older stickers. The smaller ones are a little bit cheaper. If they have crazy effects, then they are a little bit more expensive. I tried to price them accordingly. Sticker club members and the club members get a discount, so that'll automatically apply at checkout. It is 20%, I believe, or 25%, 20%, 20% on stickers, and then you can add in the extra 10 to get 30 if you set your discounts. Beater fits all sparkly, and then of course there's a whole bunch of other photos of these different stickers. So yeah, and then if you buy that 10% discount, if you buy 5 or more, then it'll give you the 10% discount on whatever you end up with. So that's super cool. You can still enter the Flat Out Fabulous Challenge for Wild Things this month, so definitely jump in there if you have anything that is primitive colors. It is also fantasy friendly, so submit those for the end of the month or before the 21st, and then I will get you guys some prizes, which I will be able to load directly into the website onto your account if you are an account holder on the site. Next thing is the entries for the Medallion Gala show that Sasha and I are running are up and available on the website. You can go to, I'll pop this in the chat as well, the Medallion Gala. It'll be hosted on OmHips. There's a link here to the show page. You can see it here. You go here. There is a fee for the show. That's just to cover shipping, and prizes for everybody is $30. Their show covers basically all medallions. There are 5 divisions. And then there'll be medallion prizes that Sasha and I have sculpted, and then a resin prize that is yet to be revealed as to what that is. That will be a prize as well. So get your medallions out there. There's going to be a raffle. We're going to be doing sales at the same time, Sasha and myself. Some of the other judges might also have some things available. Show packet you can download, the rules, and then you can enter here. The divisions are breed, color, fantasy, decorator, other, and special. So check out the show information as to what that looks like. The prizes will be a little bit here short today, which is very exciting. That shows you how to enter. You can click enter here. It takes you to the entry form. You can either click this button to go in, or you can fill it out here. If you select that you have not paid, it will actually automatically email you a link for the PayPal, which is super handy. So it also doesn't mention that in the book. So that's kind of cool. We've tested it a few times. If you have any issues, let us know. There is a special email, medalliongala@gmail.com. And hopefully this becomes a great success and we can have this a whole bunch of years in advance. There might be other things that we're going to announce that are in conjunction with it, and they will be very exciting. So you want to join the show, especially if you like medallions. So that is exciting and coming up in September. The entry is September 1st to, I believe, the 20th, and then we start judging and then wrap everything up for about the 28th of the month. So keep that in your books, and that's about when things happen. Just Night says no question mark exclamation mark. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. There is a bit of a lag between the chat I see and when I talk. So it doesn't always line up. So just remind me of what you were talking about and I will address it. So the Medallion Gala, I will put a link to on my site. I did just drop the link in the chat for the show. And then if you go to my website, all the Briarfest stuff is on my website. So you'll see the Medallion Gala link pop up on the homepage shortly. I just haven't added it yet. Did I see the horse at Briarfest wearing the Big Bird costume? I did, and he was like a Tennessee Walker or something, so the Big Bird mouth kept doing the Big Bird thing. It was hilarious. So fun. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, we are officially transferred over to the new club system. So if you are a club member, you will now have automatic access when you log in through your magic link. You don't have to remember a password on the site to get into all the club goodies in the back end. That should be really fun. Oh no! Didn't let you know. It should have. I did post a thing, but it was not super early, so maybe that didn't happen. I'm eating. Jody says, love the medallion show. Thanks to Lynn. Awesome. I'm glad that worked out. So yeah, there is a lag. So if I'm like, I don't understand what you're asking from, it's because I said 500 things before I saw you. What else is going on in the studio? I do have plans, like I said, to have that sale in September. There might be a few painted things and stuff that trickle out in the meantime. I did put the stickers up on the website, and I do have some studio finds, but because we're so late in the game for Briarfest, I might wait because I know a lot of you have spent your budgets and would like some recovery time before more things come out. So I'll do my best to maybe trickle out a couple of things over the next while and then maybe try and reserve stuff for closer to September and that September sale because that should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. And I normally historically do a sale in September, October anyways, so this kind of just works out. Is it okay to put the link up for the medallion show on our pages? Of course. Share away, please. It only helps. Oh my god. I might die. It only helps to get the word out. We definitely want to encourage people to enter and haven't done a lot of advertising. Sasha did put up a whole bunch of posters at the Clarion and around the Briarfest events. And we have a few people that have entered already, which is super exciting. So definitely check it out. If you have any questions at all on anything or any suggestions, let us know. This is the first show that we're running together, so we will see how that goes, but it should be a lot of fun. And it's Art Deco themed, so we're going to put on some Ritz because we can. All right. So yeah, definitely share the link. I'll put it up on my website soon, and Sasha will have it up on hers. We're gonna start promoting it going forward. There's just a lot of focus on it. So yeah. What else? Rain. I did peek that there were micros, so if you've been waiting for those will also be held for a little bit longer. I have been doing testing on some different procedures for post-curing and resilience, and I have a couple of other tricks up my sleeve, so lots of fun stuff coming. I tried so hard to like ram it all in there, but it's not happening. The burnout was strong. What else can I talk about? I did get the Wanderer for myself, so I'll do a box opening or show off those in person when they arrive. It takes a little bit for things to get to Canada. Everybody's Sticker Club stickers did go out, and they are on the way. I don't have the peak for the July sticker yet. I was hoping to have that out before Briarfest started, but it did not happen. So we are going to get there. It's going to be a recovery. But most of the crazy heavy lifting for the programming stuff is done. There are a couple of little laggy things that I'm working on. But all the stuff actually makes the whole system better, so it should be awesome going forward. All right. Lucky me. To get the Wanderer? Or to do more programming? I did find these too, because it popped up on Marketplace, and I couldn't help myself. So there's Bella Sarah books, apparently. I had no idea these even existed. I did have the cards when they first came out, and the DS game popped up on Marketplace. Like, oh my god, I can't not hear the thing. But yeah, this one even has glitter. So I just horse girled inside, and then when I went to pick it up, the lady was like, I hope your little girl enjoys it. And I'm like, the little girl inside me will. It's fun. So yeah, that is a thing that is happening. I will be posting the workshop for this month for members, as well as all of our hangout times very soon. I was going to aim for a hangout during Briarfest, but it is always complicated with everybody at the park and the people at the park mad that I did the hangout and they didn't get to play. So we'll probably do it sometime this week or this weekend coming up. I will post those times shortly, and then that will be updated on the website, and then you can come hang out and chat pony and work on things. which will be easier on the new site system. Also, that also helps. All right, let's do a draw since we're on the club stuff, and then I will let you guys go and do things with your Sunday post Briar Festy. There was a whole bunch of TAC workshops and things. I basically just crashed out so hard that I did not end up. I took in some of the live stream for the Briar Fest events, but I didn't do anything of the workshops or seminars. It's been, my brain's been like, and then Turbo needs to be hand walked now again because he's a little sore. So it's just been well, yeah, we're gonna make it. It's gonna be awesome. If I can just get my feet back under me, which is working, then we can do things. So yeah, this is a draw for a $50 Briar gift certificate. On screen. I haven't done it. Where did it go? Ah. So a $50 gift certificate for Briar, which I was trying to do it before Briar Fest, but it's okay. It's still free money, right? For all of the club members in any of the clubs. So your name will be on this list if you're in the club. If you're in the club twice, which some of you are on the list twice, which is very exciting. Double the chances to win. All right, so let's see who wins the gift certificate. I need this. I need this. Oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't know I could move that. Sweet. All right. So drum roll, and then we see who wins. Giftings. Goodness. Very good. I'm on the list so that I can test the thing. I thought I removed me, but apparently not. Dragon! Carol! Congratulations, Carol. I will be emailing you with that gift certificate information very shortly, and then you can go enjoy it on the Briar website, or gift it to somebody else if you feel generous, or however you want to enjoy it. It is up to you. So, I will reach out and get that to you. Also, if you have credits from winning Flat Out Fabulous or any of the other credit type things, and you won prizes that are monetary in studio credit value, Roman Thoughts is high, then you should see those start to populate in your accounts as well very soon here. If you are wanting to use it right away and you don't see your credit there, just shoot me an email and I will do my best to put that in sooner rather than later. Should it be all updated within the next couple of days, and then you have access to your credits and you can spend it anywhere on the website for any of the stickers or the deposits for more Gary's or paid in full for more Gary's, whatever you'd like to do. So that should be a lot of fun. Or save it for the September sale. They don't expire. So there's that. All right, guys. I won't go into a hyperfixation for today. I will just say that there are a lot of weaving things that popped up in my timeline, and I'm not saying no. It's very cool. A lot of really neat. My brain can't even process how that works, and for whatever reason, the really complicated distraction of that has been so fun to enjoy. But anyways, I will let you go. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. I'm sorry for the people that went to Briarcast and wanted to see me and I wasn't there. Hopefully I can make it back another year. We will see how things go. But for now, enjoying it from home. It's kind of cool. And I can do more stuff from here normally when I'm not at the park. So there's also that. And I will start planning earlier for next year to have fun things. And then please do let me know what you think about those pages. The writing thing is very weird for me, so hopefully I'm on the right track, and hopefully you can kind of feel the writing, like you can feel my sculptures. So it's kind of fun. Kind of neat to have that conformed, but it's so weird. right? Because I love books so much, so it's weird to be making a thing. And it's hard not to tangent because my brain wants to be like, oh, we're doing all the things. Too many things to focus on. So I'm trying to like start. So hopefully you enjoy that. Show me your dollar horses when you're all done. Show me what you did at Briarfest. If you got a cool Khrysalis pony, definitely share that with me. If you won something at Briarfest, Nan, Breakables, Equilocity with any of my work, definitely tag me or email me. I will put you in the little like winner's circle and try to include you in like the newsletters and stuff I send out. So I appreciate you all very much. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for understanding the crazy burnout faceplant that I did. But we're back and it should be fantastic. So, thank you guys. Love you. Don't feed the trolls. Not even during Briarfest.